day 40 of my carnivore life, and it's day 2 of my lion diet. So yes, I survived one day already, and it's not that easy, but I did it. So we started at 66.3 kg, and I lost 0.9 kg. So that's like a lot for me, actually, especially at these days in a month. So yeah, that's of course a plus. I did eat 2 times because I was hungry. I didn't restrict myself. I did eat at 10 and at 16 o'clock. I did eat 2 burger patties and 1 ribeye steak, and three little lamb chops, because I do eat lamb chops, because I'm histamine intolerant and do have struggles with the beef and a lot of things. So I slept because I'm also fasting coffee, which is just so annoying. I miss my milk. I sleep from 12 to 3. I would actually sleep even more, but I was woken up by somebody knocking on the door. So yeah, I felt very tired, extremely tired, no energy at all, because I'm taking off the coffee. So of course you cannot compare that if you're still using coffee, but I'm doing it the hard way. So I did use the COQM10 only. That was the only thing I was using these pills for, not having that much headaches, and it did work. So my headaches were very limited. That was a really good thing, and also the sleep does help, of course. I don't use my medication for MS anymore. It was coordinated with my doctor. So of course these things do also have an impact. I did have a lot of bloating, especially when I didn't eat at all in the morning. So I did have a lot of gut issues, and I do have a lot of pain. So that's not very good, but I'm gonna stick to whatever I'm having. It's still the same brand, and we're gonna see if this is causing it, or all the other things that my body is now giving up on. Also the medicine and the coffee and these kind of things. I did cry. But I'm PMSing, so it's fine. I just had a little bit of a downer because of some haters' comments, and they do affect me. But one thing I did realize is that I learned from them. I learned a lot, because I'm getting myself into figuring out how to handle these kind of things and negative impacts. And I think as a mother, this is one of the most important things. So I educate myself, and I see it as a plus. I do just block them. I don't engage with them. And I did talk with one of the carnivore influencers. I forgot her Instagram name right now, but I'm gonna write it down next time. And we talked about it, and I told her, one person said something very, very smart about haters. It's, you have to protect your community like you protect your family. And that was so smart. My dog. That was so smart, because I do feel, when I read of some carnivores haters comments, I do feel affected. I do feel also hurt. So if you have YouTube or Instagram or whatever it is community, do think about that, and do block the people. Don't engage. Don't really engage, just block them. And that's the best thing you can do, just ignoring and blocking. So other people also won't be hurt. I did drink a lot of water and some normal water, which is filtered, and do also just that much of mineral water when I was feeling it. In the evening I did have water with some Himalaya salt. That also helped a little bit with the cravings. I did eat butter, so the butter can also maybe cause some problems, but I'm gonna stick to it. I don't care now. I'm gonna suffer a little bit and see if it's going to be better. One thing I did though is I do have some electrolytes with orange taste, so there is something in it. I did put it in like that much water, and it was just a little bit of the electrolytes. And I did put the water into these ice making cup things, and I did have, out of these, we have 8 of these ice cream cup things, just it's water with electrolytes. And that is really cool, because I did have then 2 of them after eating, and it helped me with just my cravings. So it was a good decision to do that, honestly, because it's just giving me something also against the boredom, and it's more water than anything else, but still there is always a little bit of a taste of something, you know. So yeah, if you are lucky and you can order elements and you have also the tasty parts, that it does help. It does really help. And it's like a little ice cream treat, especially when it's hot outside. So, or if I'm very bored, I don't gonna feel bad about it, because I do think that's a better option. Um, Overall, what else? I did track my calories. I did have 2,200 calories in total. Um, and yeah, that's interesting, because I do lose. The most important thing about carnivore to understand is that the calories amount you're taking has no impact at all if gaining or losing weight, because it's so different. When I eat this, I did eat 3,300 and I was losing the same amount of weight. So for me, it seems that even if I eat less and I do have pork, I do tend to gain weight. And if I do have more of, you know, some kind of variation like cheese, I do tend to gain weight, even if I have the same amount or even less calories. So the calories doesn't have an impact at all for me. It's what I'm eating, and if I eat pork, I do tend to gain weight. So that's unfortunate, because I do love these pork belly fats, and I do miss them a lot. I also crave a lot hot drinks. I want to have a tea, but I'm, you know, trying not to. But I don't think that tea is something that's bad. So I after these 7 days or 5 to 7 days, I'm gonna have tea again, I think, because I do want to have just some matcha, or, you know, some normal tea or whatever it is, just a hot beverage, because I cannot drink bone brew, because I'm allergic to bone brew extremely. So I'm stopped breathing. So I cannot use this instead of the tea. So we have to find a solution for me. I do go a lot to urinate, so that my body seems not to, you know, keep the water. And that's what I realized. And I do dehydrate, you know, my mouth and everything is very dry. So I have to drink more and more and more, but I'm going to the toilet all the time. And so that's why my sleep is also a little bit bad, because I'm going to the toilet in the evening. I didn't have that in the beginning. Now on the lion diet, it seems different. So I don't know what is causing it. If you know, let me know. What else? I did go for a walk with my dog one time. So I did get in 3,000 steps, not more. I did have my bike at home, my little one, 50 minutes. So it was about 50 calories I was having off. And that was it. And I felt just lost all the day. I didn't feel good. I didn't feel like superhuman. But it also is the coffee. Coffee, you know, if you're used to coffee, it can cause a lot of depression when you are, taking it away from the body, because I went through the coffee taking away for a long period of time as well, and often. So I know what my body does. So I cannot really pick what is going on right now and which one is causing it, but it doesn't matter. It's just, I do think that this is not the lifestyle I want to live, because I miss cheese sometimes, and I do miss milk. I do miss still animal-based products, but just to have the meat, it's not very something that I think that's just going for the rest of my life and being fine with it. I don't think so, but I can be mistaken. I think that, having this cheese and my belly pork fatties and, I can't do belly pork, but, having a little bit more variety also with fish, that's what I'm missing. So I miss the good things, actually. And also in the summer, I'm pretty sure I want to have watermelon and these kind of things. So, I don't know, it's just a feeling that I don't like this kind of living just to have the meat and maybe just eat one time a day or something like that. It just doesn't seem to fit me very well, just from my mindset. So I'm not gonna force myself, but now for the 7 days, we're gonna do this experiment, so I'm gonna stick to it. I'm gonna try to prepare my meat. I have the same meat like yesterday. I do started having a little bit of a meat aversion, but now one thing I realized, I'm craving meat when I'm really hungry. When I'm not hungry, when I'm just bored, like 1 hour ago, I craved everything else. So that's interesting. I think if you're really hungry, you will crave meat again. So that's one thing maybe that I realized. And I'm gonna prepare it today just differently. I'm gonna put it maybe in the grill and then put it in ghee and just fry it a little bit to have this kind of, like my pork belly fats, just to fry it a little bit more, because the ribeye fat, which is it should be the good part, it tastes awful. It's so disgusting, and I don't know if it's because I prepared it with the grill and it doesn't go well. It was different with the rump steak, so I don't know if the ribeye fat, it's not something you can eat. I'm not sure, or if I just prepared it wrong. So this is what we're gonna experience today. I do have a lot of back pain when I went with my dog outside, so that's not going very well. And I still have some impact of, I thought it was the meds, so we're gonna see if they're going away in a week. So yeah, but that's basically what I wrote down, because I do have a beautiful notebook. I am writing down and painting cows and little lambs. So yeah. One thing, what I want to achieve actually with all of this is what I realized. So I wrote some goals, not goals, some desired outcome for me is that I would love to go to CrossFit, because I did CrossFit, and every time I was doing it, it was so fun. It was so fun. The people were cool. I loved it. It's outside, because it's an outside CrossFit. I can take my son. We are having fun together. So it's just an amazing thing. But every time I did it, I was in massive pain and I couldn't do anything for a week. So I would love to, do this. And that's one little thing I just want to achieve somehow. And I hope it's going better if I lose weight, actually, and just give the pressure away from my disc prolapse or something. So that's something I would love to desire. I would love to, be able to have a great life with my son, being outside, doing all these fun things, and not being, anxious and depressed and afraid of social life and all these kind of things. So I would like to have this, as well as something I'm looking forward to having, and also to have, in this community, this supportive strength, because the haters, the more the videos are somehow shown, because of the algorithm, some of the videos do have 2,000 and more views suddenly. So as soon as this happens, the haters are showing up and being very awful. And there are a lot of comments that don't have an impact on me at all, but there are some that are really hurting, and I do tend to block them. And after one day, it's okay, it's gone. But the day when it's happened and when I'm reading it, I don't feel good. So for me, also having a strong community and people who are supporting you is also very important when you're doing stuff like I do right now. That's something I really love about everything right now as well. And yeah, just to find some friends, actually. Just to find, due to this sport thing, these are the people I like to hang out always, but I was always then have to stop because I was hurt a lot, from pain perspective, and I couldn't do this kind of sport. But I found the most friends and desire, and I just loved it with extreme sports like boxing and CrossFit and all these kind of things. And these are the people from the mindset, they are fitting me better. I don't know how to say that, and I just love to be around them. And yeah, not having that, or could not have that, is very sad sometimes, because all the people I'm surrounded with from my job and these kind of things, they're vegetarians and vegans, and they like to drink beer, and all these kind of things that I want to avoid. So that's one thing I do desire and want to be part of it and want to do that. Yeah. I also do have some strange pains in my stomach, so they're just coming and going and just putting me down. It's like, oh my dear Lord, what was that? And I'm just falling apart in a second, but then it's going away. It did happen 3 times yesterday, roundabout. and it was very, very strange, and I did feel that something's wrong with my gut. And so I'm not gonna stress about it. I'm just gonna move on and do the things, and now I'm gonna cook because I'm hungry. So it's almost 9:30, so my first meal is about 10. I feel that this is working for me. 10 and 4, 10, 4, 5, something about that. So I do have a lot of fasting, and I do want to snack all the time, but it's boredom. It's not hunger, it's boredom. So yeah, we're gonna see how this is going. And I would love to read how your things are going, your coffee stopping, your stopping with the milk, your increasing of your fats, and all your journeys you started with me yesterday or even before. So would love to read how you're doing. Bye. See you tomorrow.